Psycharmonics and transforming habits through acceptance. This is the understanding that actually acceptance is our key to transformation. And it might be hard for a lot of us to accept certain things, who we are, what we have and what's happened to us. But the key is to understand that you actually already are perfectly you. There can be no one else who is more like you than you. You've been designed. Everything that's happened up till now in the universe was so that you could be who you are right now, watching this. Everything, your good bits, your bad bits, your guilt, all that stuff is perfectly you. To understand that sets you free from the understanding, from the idea of guilt, because you did the best you could at any time with the tools you had at any time. What that means is, there was no point where you went through life and you went, okay, what are my options? I can go that way or that way. I can see that that way is going to be the best, but I'm going to take the shittest route. No. You went, okay, what are the options? Right, okay, what tools do I have? Okay, given the tools I've got, given the options that are there, I'm going to use this tool, and then that means I'm going to do that. You go down that route and you go, oh God, here's a new tool. I wish I had had this before. I would have used it. Or maybe you go, oh, there's another level underneath my tool bag, and you look and you go, I didn't realise I had this tool. The point is, you always do the best you can with what you've got. That means everything that happened was supposed to happen. Why? Because it happened. If it wasn't supposed to happen, it wouldn't have happened. So people go around and they go, oh, it wasn't supposed to have happened like that. Of course it was, because it happened. So that means everything is already as it should be. That might be difficult because there might be tragedies, people might die, people might get hurt. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's the way it is. And it's about accepting that. And it's also about accepting that we actually have destructive habits in place. We have limiting beliefs that say, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not thin enough, all these different things. I'm not clever enough, I'm not whatever. I am not rich enough, I can't be, I'm not successful enough. All these ideas that people have told us in some sort of twisted reverse psychology way to try and get us, better at something. Like, my mum used to say to me things like, you'll end up sweeping the streets. Now, of course, she wasn't wanting me to end up sweeping the streets. She was trying to put fear into me to enable me to work harder to change things. Now, it never worked for me because fundamentally I knew that I would never end up sweeping the streets. Not that there's anything wrong with sweeping the streets, somebody has to do it. But the principle there was Mum was trying to put things into me through fear. And this is how most people bring up kids, is by leading into negative reinforcement. So you're reinforcing an action that you want to happen by giving them a negative thing. So for example, you might say to someone, don't be naughty. Now the subconscious mind hears be naughty, and then the conscious mind has to appendix don't onto it. So your subconscious has already heard be naughty, and the conscious mind is kind of saying no, don't means the opposite, reverse. Okay, and it's like when someone says to me, can't you help me? That's, you cannot help me. So my subconscious mind goes, okay, they don't want me to help them, so I won't. My conscious mind goes, okay, this person's asking for help. And there's a conflict. And it's in that conflict where there's this paradox ensues, where you can't actually officially do one fully. Back to the parenting and the idea that things out of fear. Making choices out of fear rather than out of acceptance and love is the fastest way to not follow your heart, basically. There are so many people I come across who have made decisions in their life because they're afraid of the consequences of the other decision. Later on they learn, they regret this because they realise that there was some element that they weren't listening to, that they weren't surrendering to what they already knew. Now even so, they did that. That was perfectly who they were supposed to be. That was perfectly them. But they didn't enjoy it. And that's what this is about, is yes, you are perfectly you, but you can enjoy that perfection more. So that's Psycharmonics and transforming habits and acceptance is about bringing awareness to what is there and surrendering to the fear, feeling the fear and doing it anyway, good book, surrendering to the fear well, good title anyway, surrendering to the fear and allowing it to be swallowed, the pain to be felt, and then you to be reborn from it. And yeah, and that's really it. Awareness of what's hooking us, what's holding us back. And so that once you get awareness of what's holding you and you open to that, you can unhook it and free yourself. And it's in acceptance that you gain the freedom and allow to be in harmonic resonance with your world and your life.